Alright, so it's Gridiron here, and oh, sorry, my squeaky chair there. We're back in X-Plane 11. It's been quite a while since I've done like one of these videos in X-Plane 11, and it's mostly because it was just getting really difficult to capture X-Plane 11 properly. I couldn't really find a method that really worked properly, and then like if I had a really good video, I would something would go wrong, or like I'd screw up the landing or something like that, and it wasn't really appropriate to put on my channel. But I'm here. I'm trying OBS. OBS is an open source capture method, and I think it should be a little bit better. We should solve some of the problems I was having before, and that's kind of why I switched over to some of my other sims, IL2. For example, I've been doing a lot of capture on IL2 instead. But now that we have this back, I think that we can try some more X-Plane capture, especially now that X-Plane has really hit the ground running. We have a lot of new planes coming out. The MD-11's coming out probably at some point next year. Early next year, and we have the A320 from Flight Factor on the way, which is really awesome. So I'm here, we're in Philadelphia. We're gonna go Philadelphia to Boston because it's a nice flight. I have basically freeware, Mr. 6X, sorry, airports for both of these airports, and it's not very long actually, it's only like an hour. So I have my Navigraph charts in the bottom over here, as you can see, so you guys can watch my Navigraph chart. It was really weird having to record without this kind of a setup, because then I'd have to shift my head all the way to the left. It was really weird for people to watch. So again, I think this might solve a lot of issues for me. So if you guys have any recommendations or questions or anything like that, let me know, and this is going to serve as basically like a test to see if I can do some better X-Plane videos. But anyways, on with the flight. We have the A330 here. I wanted to do some Airbusing because the A320 is coming out from Flight Factor, so I figured now is a great time to do that. So basically we're going to do a cargo flight, and because there's no F version of either the 330 or the 767, which I also have, we are basically just going to load the plane with max, and just, yeah, there you go, pretend that is that's a freighter. So we'll just get some ground handling going on here. We'll turn on the plane, get it started. I'll do the I'm blanking here, the flight plan. Battery. Turn on the batteries. Turn on our APU, turn on the ground power. As always, I don't use any of the ATC stuff. We'll do strobe on auto, beacon on auto. Oh, wing. We'll do nav and logo because the sun's going down now. We're kind of dusky. We'll turn those on auto because it complains a ton if it's not. So we'll do nav 1. Wait till the battery sign fades. We'll do 2. And wait till the battery fades. And we'll do 3. Okay. And we'll turn the radios on, even though we don't really need the comms. We'll do flood. We'll do integrity light. And we'll turn on the weather radar. We will turn on the TCAS and the transponder, even though we don't really need it for this flight. Okay. Alright, so are we good? Yeah, okay, I think we're good. Okay, so let's do the flight plan. Okay, so we're going from Philadelphia, KPHL, we're going to KBOS. It's lagging on me. Why are you lagging on me? There we go. We'll align the IRSs, 7 minutes to align. That's fine. Cost index, we'll do 80 for now, because I want to get there relatively fast. Usually it's only like an hour flight, but I don't really want it to go over that. Flight level we'll do 2200. It's an appropriate, oh, it's an appropriate height. I'm using Boeing format there by accident. We'll just call ourselves Airbus 330 for now. Next page. Oh, right. Load sheet. Okay, fuel. We're gonna need probably about, let's take 22. It's probably too much, but that's okay. Maximum. Okay, our center of gravity is kind of far back. Here, do that. And do that. There we go, it's a little better. Okay, cool. Okay, so we can do 0 fuel and block fuel, so it calculates everything for us. That's fine. And then we'll do performance. So we'll do /up. It's 3.6 is our trim. And the flex will do 40. Transition altitude 1800, yeah, that's fine. Philadelphia, I need to know what the height of Philadelphia is. So, if you go over here, Philadelphia, taxi, I'm pretty sure it's quite low. Quite low, yeah, it's like 11 feet, so yeah, don't even worry about that. So we'll go get our V1s, our V2 is 143. I don't know if that gets put in automatically. Yeah, no, it does not. So we'll do 143 plus 20, so 163. Next phase. Next phase. Okay, so we need to get the METAR reader. This is really useful. I don't know why the newer Airbus 320s don't seem to have this, but this is really cool. I like this feature. Temperature 16. Oh, no, I'm a dum-dum. I need the arrival airport. Temperature's 13. And it's 220 by 09 knots. And it's 3021. For the pressure altitude, I don't know what that is, so let's do this. It is 1023 QNH. Okay, so now we'll do the flight plan. Okay, so Philadelphia Airport departure. Alright, now we are going to use the SID. We're using a SID. We're going to use the SID Philadelphia 1. So and we're going to use runway 9 left. So we'll do 9 left. Philadelphia 1. No transition. Put that in. And we'll insert. Okay, and then we'll do, where's our flight plan here? Okay, so we're going to go to Gamby. Let's see if I can remember how to do this now. It's Gamby, you go airway, then it's V276 to Manta. Insert that. Then you go Manta, airway. Then we're going to be taking the J121 to, this one's a long one, we're going to be taking it all the way to HTO. Yeah, there we go. And then we are going to do our arrival. And our arrival is Roebuck 2. Whoa. That was weird. Okay, anyways. And we're going to use 4 right. Except all it's giving us are RNAVs. There we are, ILS 4 right. Oh, it's Roebuck 3 now. Okay, that's fine. And I don't think we need the Winnie transition. Let me just read here. Winnie is not in a very good place for us. For runways 4 left, 4 right, 15 north. Transitions. Seat insert. Okay, for, let's see, approach. Full right. Okay, yeah, I guess we do want Winnie. Okay, cool. I don't think we need these. No transition, flight plan. So we're gonna have to review the flight plan because I can't quite remember exactly what route I took when I actually wrote this flight plan. So here, let's get rid of that. Insert. Let's clear the discontinuities. Clear this one. And insert. Okay, let's check the plan. I think it's... oh, no. It's going to be annoying. Okay, alright. You have to go the opposite way on Airbus, which is really annoying. Okay, the plan looks perfectly good. So we'll put that back to ARC. And we'll go departing airport. That was 3028. That's our altitude, pressure altitude. Okay, I think we're actually ready to power on and get on our way. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's get rid of these. Loader. We can get rid of... what else do I have here? I think that's actually all I have. It's at the GPU, so let's turn on the APU. AP sounds great with the BSS add-on, by the way. The flight factor stuff really needs better audio compared to the Audio Bird and the BSS sound packs for the Zibo and the A330. Ugh, amazing sounds. Okay, cool. Alrighty, so we will switch over to APU power. So we can get rid of the GPU, and we can hide everything. And let's plan our pushback with the excellent Better Pushback plugin. So the runway we want is like that one right there. So this way is probably where we want to go. Except it doesn't like us going right there. So let's do, okay, it can put us right there, so that's fine.
Ground to cockpit. Combine acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you're ready.
Are we ready? Is that the question? Are we ready? And I think we are. Yeah, we're ready.
Ground ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Do terrain radar.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
That's so cool, dude. The way it actually lifts up the plane like that.
Tow connected and bypass been inserted.
Grab the parking brake there.
Starting pushback, and you may start engine.
Now the cool thing about better pushback, specifically for this plane, is that the Jar Design A330 has like a huge bug where under its normal pushback circumstances, like with the plug-in it comes with, the wheels don't turn, which is like it destroys immersion completely, which sucks. So having this is really useful when you actually want to be immersed in your flight sim. And I mean, who doesn't want to be immersed in the flight sim? I mean, that's why we do it, right? So yeah, Jar Design really, I mean, I can't understand how you can go years and years and years and not fix it, but I don't know. I guess Jar Design's in some trouble now that Flight Factor is getting into Boeing or Airbuses, because they're coming out with an A320 Ultimate, which I'm sure everyone knows about by now, and that thing is gonna absolutely destroy Jar Design's A320. So they're gonna have to lean on their 330. If I were them, I would probably abandon the 320 at this point and just go with the 330. Work on that, get that up to snuff. By the way, the livery we're using here is just the design for Airbus's corporate 330. I don't have a good cargo. I have like UPS, and for my 767, I have FedEx and DHL for my 737 Zebo, but I don't have a good one for my Airbus 330, so I'm just going to use the Airbus corporate. It's generic enough to look like a cargo design. But anyways, let's get the engine started.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
And engine 1. And watch this audio porn. This is flight sim porn right here. Awesome, right? Looks fantastic.
post disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the right.
Thank you. Bye bye.
And have a safe flight.
All right, so we're just gonna make sure that our engine is stable. EGTs are stable. Engine 2's coming online, so we're good. Okay. Alright, so spoilers arm. There we go. Flaps to take off. Auto brake maximum. And takeoff config good. Okay, we're good to go. It's 85 degrees for our heading, initial heading. Okay. It's strange. Oh well, whatever. I was trying to put the heading in here, but it won't let me put that in. It'll do that one, but it won't do the other one. Oh well. Oh, balls. I went the wrong way. Okay, let's back up. I wasn't reading my charts properly. This plane's filled with bugs, by the way, guys. Like that, like you just saw. I pressed the brake and the plane hopped, which it obviously should not do. Okay. Okay, so here we go. XP Realistic, by the way, doing its thing. Adding those rattles, those realistic rattles. Alright, so we're going to nose up to about 15 degrees. And we're at 500, so we're going to do autopilot on. And we're going to come down to CL for managed auto throttle. And look at Philadelphia. Very pretty. Very pretty. Alright, so we are climbing. Our auto throttle is working properly. Our autopilot is doing just fine. It's following the flight path. And at this point, we can... actually, you know what? I'm going to wait to change the speed. Oh, you know what we didn't do? Gear up. God, that's pretty. X-Plane 11 has some absolutely incredible night lighting. Alright, so we're above 5,000, so I'm going to go ahead and automatic for the auto throttle there. And we're going to get on our way. And we will start the clock, which I actually should have started it when we took off, but that's okay. And we'll flaps up. Now that we're past the schedule. We will set our altitude to 22. Flight level 220. And we can disarm our ground spoilers. We don't need those. And we're climbing. So at this point we will also set our pressure altitude to standard, 2992. Let's take a look outside. Look at that, dude. Oh, Man, that's pretty. I do have to fix the my World 2 X-plane because Philadelphia has a bunch of buildings that don't render, so I do have to fix that, and Washington too. But the lights, for some reason render perfectly fine. I'm not sure what that's about, but yeah, I do have to fix that. But still, this looks amazing. Very pleased. And while I'm here, I'm actually going to fix my X camera. Dump smooth transition. Okay, cool. Save. Get rid of that, and back to our flight. Okay, so at this point we can go to our Navigratz charts and watch our location. Okay, so at this point I think I'm going to fast forward, let you guys watch the plane, and we'll come back when I'm landing. Okay, so we're here back in the A330. We're on our landing approach into Boston. So we're just descending here. We're slowing down a little bit. We actually had a problem. We missed we missed our descent, our first schedule, our top of descent. So we ended up having to fall a little bit quickly there, but I got us back on track, so we're okay. So right now, like I say, we're just descending into Boston. We're about to pass Judy here. We just passed 10,000, so I've switched our lights on, and we're just going to basically fly in shortly. Here, we'll just put the terrain on display here. Shortly, we'll set up our landing, and this plane actually sets up all your localizers and stuff for you, which I actually don't like. I wish they didn't do that, but he does, JAR does, just to make it easier for people. So we don't really have to even touch that. So basically, we're just going to float right into the final approach. So yeah, stay with me here. Decrease our schedule to 1700, which is the altitude of the localizer. So it should meet all those schedules all the way down to 1700, so we should be good. We've also set up our barometric altitude here. It's 3021 QNH. So we're good to go. That's important to make sure that your altitude, your radio altimeter is in line with the actual altitude of the runway you're landing at. And here we have Boston, the beautiful, beautiful Boston here. We actually passed by New York on our fly-in, which I'll point out in the fast forward. It's quite nice. And the wind appears pretty severe. We're getting almost 20 knots, so I hope that calms down. Yeah, it should be about 9 knots at the surface, so I hope that calms down. looks like we're about to start our transition approach here. We're 3 nautical miles from Winnie. So we should start seeing the aerodrome at some point soon. So our approach speed should be about 139, so just remember that. Flight plan, yeah, so it should be coming up in about 8 nautical miles. I'm a bit concerned that we can't see it yet. I think it's just a rendering issue. Usually you can see the aerodrome by 3,000 feet. That's another schedule. Okay, let's manual speed. And the first schedule is 240 for the flaps. So we'll flaps down. Like the leading edges. Yeah, I think that's the aerodrome there. Okay, so good. So we'll set up our gear. We'll go maximum. Oh, I think we have to go medium. And we'll turn the brake fan on. Boston has, the runway we're coming in, it ends in water. So if I overshoot or float the runway, that is no bueno. So we can, the next schedule. Decrease flaps to the next schedule. Here we go. And let's go all the way down to 139. And we'll approach. Also gear down. Weird. It's complaining about hydroelectric pump. Okay, so this is pretty bad because we need to get our flaps down. I don't know why we're having problems with the electric pump. It's very strange. Okay, alright, we're good. Alright, so here we go. Okay, let's see if I can actually make this landing. And the plane will be mine now. whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so we'll turn the reverses off. We passed 60. And we'll vacate to the left here. Okay, so that was a slightly rough landing. So let's look at the replay. I'll just pause this replay, go outside, and we're just going to look at the replay here. Now the plane lurched to the left when I input it, and that is largely due to the fly-by-wire system. The fly-by-wire system in this plane has always been a little bit odd. Now that's not to blame the fly-by-wire. That was not a fantastic landing. First of all, I missed my schedules and I was off a little bit. I was slightly to the, I believe, the right of the threshold. We actually came in with an okay landing force. Our landing force was pretty good, just 133 feet per second, 1.7 G, so that's all right. The real issue was that lurch there. So you want to come in, definitely don't want that, because that could have been bad. I definitely overcompensated with the fly-by-wire. So let's just look at this in the recording here. So we're good, and then oop. Yeah, so actually in the recording, the lurch isn't too bad. That's a really soft landing. That's not too bad. Yeah, in the recording, the lurch is a little bit better. Okay, so that looked worse than it was. Okay, so at this point we're going to go to the gate, and we're going to turn off the plane at that point. So if you guys want to keep watching to see the gate, please do. Otherwise, you guys are free to tune off here. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, let me know why. I don't mind people downvoting, but if you do, let me know why, so that I can hopefully try to fix that. So yeah, here we go. Oh, first of all, we're just going to turn our Navigraph charts to Boston so I can figure out where I am. Here we go. All right. Okay, so